Good afternoon, guys. I hope everybody can hear to me. Can you listen to me? If you would say yes, that would be great. Just ping me on a chat if you can. That would be yes to go ahead. I'll just start the webinar. So today's topic is how Splunk can help us with different means of detecting threats in an environment, within any environment, and how we can mitigate that threat in a means necessary for the everyday analyst job, which you can get an um, uh, easy means to add those threat IOCs into a database. So I hope everyone can listen to me and see my screen. Great. Thank you. Thank you. So great. So by saying that, today's environment is just to give you, I hope you have background on enterprise security on Splunk, where Splunk gives you the complete 360 degree view of your environment, security environment within your organization, and gives the calculated view on risk and threats, along with the different threats mechanism. So this is where the demo is highlighted today. How Splunk can make an daily SOC analyst life easy by just by drilling down and searching to the environment. We'll also see the life cycle of the analyst through this demo environment, how the SOC functions within any organizations, and how the daily works analyst works by detecting some threats in an environment, and the way it can be mitigated via using Splunk. Very simple means of showing it. So today's this environment is basically designed on a fictitious data. Of course, it is a real data generated from the system and captured, and develop a demo around it. What does this data gives you the complete visibility of the attack which has been happened onto a particular user. Basically, it is a spear-phishing attack which has been infected a user's machine with the email, and try to connect with the controller, remote controller, and that's where it got detected with the command and control server. So how Splunk can help any SOC analyst or um, any users who are using Splunk during this mean cycle. This is an example. Of course, this can be edited, modified for your own use cases, and this use case is very good to good when you look at the complete workflow within the environment. Okay, so I hope that's clear. So whenever an analyst start his day, he starts from the incident review dashboard. So what incident review dashboard gives you the complete view of incidents raised in your environment from the security standpoint. So all the data is coming in, and your SIM solution is triggering incidents, and analysts are working on to trigger to see which are true positive, false positive. Now this is the top left hand side. You can see all the incidents who has been raised. Incidents means nothing but the correlated events which has been raised as per the urgency level, and then you can filter the correlated event by status. The status can be assigned to a particular analyst, even from the security domain which you want to drill down to. There are different domains you can see here. Those domains you can also create your own, but then that's a different topic altogether. Of course, those are all filters you can see here, and bottom down you can see all the incidents which has been triggered in your environment. In today's environment, we're basically going to see the threat activity detected on this particular user, and how it can give us the value. So from here you could see all the you can filter out using urgency level of all the incidents. From here you can filter out or just by clicking it. Then you can see change the status of the incidents as per the owner of the incidents. So owners can be assigned directly from here, from say a particular analyst or level 3 analyst wants to assign the particular incident to analyst 1, level 1, and then he can assign the incident to that user. And there are different actions. We're going to talk about those actions in a bit, but let us see how the visibility before going into the deep dive. Let me tell you the benefit of threat intelligence, threat intelligence database, IOC's integration with Splunk. Splunk is very open in nature, so it is very strong in integrating with any database you have. If it is corporate, it is free. Of course, it comes with some free intelligence iOS is integrated already, but then if you have your own corporate database which you want to integrate, it can be integrated with Splunk very easily, enterprise security. But now it is so open that you can give any kind of format to Splunk. It doesn't have any limitations of the integration, so you can just have take and load simple process, and you forget about the rest. So Splunk also take care of deduplications of the database and everything, and it can integrate the data directly with your incidents coming in, and calculate the risk accordingly. So by saying that, the database could be of different type. If it is a file hash values, the black, domains, black domains, black IP addresses, and different domains which is not regulated on the internet, and that can be integrated with the Splunk very seamlessly. So that is a very big point I wanted to make here. But then let's see. We have this particular incident. I wanted to show you this particular incident, which is critical, and it says threat activity detected on particular destination. In this here, you can see all the details around that destination, and the description. This description is basically not a constant description. It can change as per the amount of repetition to the particular incidents. It will tell you, how much time did this activity has been triggered, and intelligently tell you that this is being happening from a long time. And then not only the details, this is very important details as per from the analyst point of view. If a particular analyst want to understand where the user is, from where it is he's connecting, and what is it trying to do, right? So you can see he's not related to PCI domain directly. You can see he's from sales, from Francisco, he's from. And then what is the DNS? What is the host name of the machine? So I can see all those details directly, which is very handy for any analyst to deep dive. Not only those, there are different things. Even here, some of the end users, basically government users, they always raise a concern that how, of course, now data which has been raising an incidents which is a very critical data. Of course, this particular data source or the user is not fall under PCI category, which is not a critical device. But still, if it is, what if my data is what if your software has Splunk software has a vulnerability inside? So they do not, of course, now Splunk uh, has a security testing done every time, but also there is this integrity checks which has been happen internally for your internal incidence rates, against internal incidence rates. Okay, that's surety which Splunk provides you. Now from here, if you see source DNS, I can get what else? What else analyst can get directly from the dashboard? You could see against each values, you can take actions directly from here, right? If I want to see traffic uh, access related details from and to this data, or investigate asset artifacts, or do a dossier which will tell me who is the details about this destination, and which is very handy in nature. All those action you can see, even intrusion detection details. You can see malware activity, whether it has vulnerabilities present. Does this any traffic flow from the firewall or the network devices which are there? Excuse me, guys. All the web traffic as well. So you can also capture the streams if you have stream captures enabled within your environment. So what I'm wanted to show you here is Asset Investigator. I have done some pre-opening all the details before the webinar started. So when I click on Asset Investigator on the uh, host which I want to get drilled down, so Asset Investigator, it opens up this window here. What you can see, all the details of the host, as you can see in the incident itself, and many more. This what host and other long time, where exactly the IP address, and other things. So down below, if you could see all this details, these are not correlated events as such, but this is very human based pattern matching, I would say. Very simple in nature. All the details which can give you a diagonal view of what is exactly happening on the host. So if you could see this line, this is all authentications coming from the machine, the host itself. All the changes happened on the host. All the threat list activators on the particular time period. If you see, all the time periods are there mentioned. These are all swim lanes. Swim lanes, what it shows is the more the darker swim lane is, the more the events are there present into those lanes. So from here, all those use cases basically. And if I want to check at once, I can select all those swim lanes. I can see details right here at the left hand side. Excuse me, guys. Sorry for that. Okay. So you can see the event generator is a win event. All the details, destination is this device objects which has been changed or related informations. All the paths, the source name, the thread intel, IP intel which has been triggered, and the threat match. So these are details you can see is all related to those events coming from. And from here you would see there is something wrong when you see that there is a calc.exe has been generated from the temp directory directly. When you check the executable file activity, here there are two activities been happened, and there are two executables have been ran on this Chris Gilbert machine from the temp directory, which is which any even nomenclature can of course with some amount of experience can understand that there's something wrong with this machine. So what I can do if I'm a nomenclature or very new nuance to the environment, SOC environment, the analyst is very new, he would not be able to take a decision, or he wants to take a take a suggestions or the finding he wants to review from the seniors, right? So if he wants to do that, he can just share this link directly. This link he can share directly from this dashboard, where now when the end user or the senior analyst can, once he opens this link, he would be able to see the exact time period where this event happened, where this analyst is, the same exact same dashboard which he can which the analyst is looking at. So this is very handy, very important from the collaboration and communication within a SOC. Very important. Uh, so now let's say I want to dig further. I'm not a analyst level 1. I'm a analyst level 3. So what I can do here is I can just go click on the search button where I want to check the raw data. So this is how the raw data comes in. This is the search which it takes in and search it. So now here you can find all the details about the raw events coming in from the end data sources. But then this is all Windows systems. I'm not looking exactly. This is where I'm looking at the details. Chris Gilbert machine and the executables which are running in from the temp directory. So here is the calc.exe and the process which has been running. This particular process has been running. What I can do here directly is I can click on the process and add into a new search. So here I have added the search. Same process ID, GUI ID. I'm searching, and I can find there are three events events which has been against this particular process ID is generally not the correct way. If you can see now, this is a calc.exe, and here also it has been and type is file mod. There's a modification has been done into this file. One is write and one is create action, right? And then the base process, the process creation, who has created those is this particular process. This particular process creation happened with this PDF. So how did this PDF has been generated? So you could see this is the length from where the command has been raised. So you could directly understand this is coming in from the Outlook, the directory where the files are stored defaultly in the Microsoft Outlook. And this is the file where the user who has downloaded via email, and after running he mistakenly opened this file and he executed the program, and that's what the exes has been, that's what made it happen, this created and write the exes in his own system. So now, as an analyst level 3 or any SOC operation, I can see that I have found out the process of the infection happened. What if I want to understand more? What if I want to dive more into it and see whether this has been happened to another users or not? So uh, for here, let me dig dive directly. This is a custom dashboard, so I can directly dig dive and check open email investigator for you. So when I click that, so here is the same report you have, 2014 report, second quarter, and this is the dashboard. Got the recipient is Chris Gilbert. Okay, so just a minute. Let me open it again. So you can find out that I'm searching it for last year, but this wouldn't happen in your environment. This is real time data, and it could be last 4 hours or so. As this is a demo of data, you could see directly here that from this dashboard that this is the user, this is the sender who has bought Buttercup games, not Buttercup games. It's exactly equals to the Buttercup games, and that's why Chris Gilbert didn't look enough to know whether the domain, the user who has sent from this domain is a genuine user or not, and he opened the file, and that's why he got infected. So the attacker have bought a domain, and that's where all the counts you could see happening in your environment. I can see there are two events happen from this particular user, and all those two events I can see it happened into Chris Gilbert machine only. It doesn't went any other user, it didn't happen to infect any other user. So what I can directly do here is I can create, so this is very important from an SOC operation perspective, where the um, attack has been generated from a newly created domain which is not added to your threat intel data. It is not a part of your IOC. Yeah. So so what if in that case you have the means to detect such kind of attack? So this makes Splunk dashboards makes analyst life easy, where now he can directly go and add the data, the particular IP address from where you have received the email. You can directly add to MTA, that is a threat intel database, so that whenever now next time if the user generates the data, send an email, second email to any other user in your environment, you get to know firsthand. So you have added all those, you have added domain, you have added the MTA server name as well as the IP address, right? So this you have already added. Now you know that you've taken the first hand activity before the attacker could take his next step. So you're top of your cycle. So you're top of your cycle. So you've already kept monitoring specs there. Now whenever the same attacker try to send an email to any other user, you'll be able to know. So now this is good enough. This is good enough for me. I have got to know how the who is the user who has sent the email, fictitious email address to a genuine user, from where the file has came, and how user, the host end user, got spearfished. So did that cycle finish? Now if I want to close this, let us wrap up with the closing process, the steps where analyst will take further. So from here, what I can do directly on the incident, that I can either add a note to this incident event, add uh, incident, so if I want to add note at the, so I can directly change the status from edit tag. I wouldn't do that. I can say this is pending for action, right, and save it. I wouldn't do that. I can also add notes to I can also add this to investigation, but I wanted to show you how to add a note on this particular incident. So you can so yes, I can see this one. Can take remediate action. So open, I can no Splunk can integrate directly to with any ticketing system which has REST API integration available with them, and they're out there, all the ticketing system like ServiceNow or HCL, BMC, all those ticketing system, they have this kind of facility available with them, and this can be Splunk can be integrated with all of them out there for to investigate to manage the incidents. So you can now open the ticket, needs to be wiped. You can raise the incident directly, and now the system administrator can follow up and take the actions further. Now, if I want to add this event into investigation, I can raise this investigation. I can create new investigation type, Chris. Make a note, title infected, got infected, status make to pending, description I have. So this is a workflow, a process where you can add your incident into investigation. I'll show you how it works. Make a description of any sort, like a description of a Chris Gilbert machine found an attack, and save. Open Chris Gilbert. That's where you open your investigation box. Now, this is a base where analyst can track all the activity during the shifts or the within the SOC environment. So this is the workbench. You can see, you can track all the timelines. This is a timeline details. Now in this you can add notes. You can add notes here. Note as in I have found that the Chris Gilbert have Chris Gilbert have been infected with spearfish attack and asked for raise the ticket and raise the ticket for wiping the machine, right? And make it summary. You have the time length show in the timeline. Add to investigate. This will, what this will do here is this will add the details. So this is the details of your event incidents. All the details you can see here. There are all pages available. And during the timeline, if you see, there is a summary which you have just added. So this makes the analyst life simple. Now, if I want to say list all the activity which has been done again. So when I raise any investigation and add it, you can add all the activity which has been done. Here is the action history. So here is the action history. You will be able to find out okay, so here you'll find all the action history which has been taken against the against what action history, as in what all searches analysts have run in last time frame, whatever time frame which you define there, and then you add those activities into your timeline so that you know whenever you do a shift of your shift role is happening, a user analyst who is doing a shift role, he can give this dashboard, investigation dashboard, to another analyst which is coming in, and he can take a direct handover, rather manual handover. So I hope I have made that point clear. Here you can see all the summary, all the details which you have taken. Even the workbench which you can see here is, if I want to just show you this workbench and make explore. Workbench is a very powerful tool within the investigation where you can deep dig dive within any host or asset which you want to take actions against. So here you can see one IP address. Of course, it's not showing much of the details, but then you'll see all the risk scores, ideas, traffic generated, all the dashboards here, system vulnerabilities present, notable events triggered, uh, latest OS updates, and in computer inventory like descriptions, all the details, those kind of details. Not only that, but then you can also check the endpoint data, any file changes happening, registry activity, and all service activity, process activity, user account details, and all sorts of details around that, even the network details of and around from this data source asset which you want to grill down. um, so that's how you can complete the complete process and track your security operations within the security operations center. Guys, that's it. That's what you can do. It's Splunk really makes the life easy within the SOC environment if you can know how to use it for your own benefits. Let me know, guys, if any questions, queries around it. I'm um, ready to take your questions. And if no questions, kindly send me an email. If you don't have my email address, I can share it to you right now. Thank you, guys, for joining in. Have a very good day. Kindly let me know if anything you have.